couple days ago, we ordered beef suet from the butcher. I'm in the process of, kind of cleaning it up, breaking it apart. You can see it just breaks with your hand. But I want to get some of the kidney that was cut into the pieces and just clean them up a little bit. So that's what I'm doing now, cutting it up into small pieces, because the smaller the pieces, the easier it is to render the suet bits into your tallow. Let's talk a little bit about the benefits of using tallow. Number one is tallow is super rich in nutrients. It's got those fat-soluble vitamins, vitamin A, D, E, and K. Plus, it's got conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, and omega-3 fatty acids. So we all know that those are good for you for the anti-inflammatory properties that they have. And yeah, much of going on a ketogenic or carnivore diet is to, in fact, release your body of those inflammatory markers. The second benefit is that it supports hormonal health. Saturated fats in tallow are crucial for building and maintaining hormonal health. So tallow can provide the building blocks for your hormonal health by giving them cholesterol. You guys, you've got to get the new information about cholesterol. Cholesterol is not a problem. Go check out this video here. Number 3, it promotes healthy skin. So tallow is similar in composition to our own skin. And because it's similar to the human skin, it easily hydrates and nourishes that skin, because when you put it on your skin knows what to do with it. Number 4, did you guys know that tallow has a very high threshold? Meaning, like, you can get up to like 204 Celsius, and I think that's about 400 degrees Fahrenheit, before the tallow begins to burn. And you know that it is safe. Not only is it safe, but it's so tasty. And it's nice to know that it doesn't oxidize and create all sorts of other problems like seed oils or vegetable oils can do easily. And the 5th one is that tallow is satiating and provides energy. So let's take a look at this. When you're in the ketogenic carnivore lifestyle, we work off of fat. So when you're eating tallow is easily turned into ketones if you're not eating carbohydrates, which are not essential for us to eat at all. When you're eating tallow, it's very, very satiating. So you can eat the tallow, nibble on it, with a little bit of salt or something when you're having a hard time during maybe a fasting period, if you're doing intermittent fasting or not, or maybe you just can't get to a meal right now, you want to nibble on something, eat some fat. It's delicious and you will feel immediately satiated. And by doing that, you're stabilizing your blood sugar, which is what we all want to do, because that helps with the whole inflammation thing coming down and relaxing and whoof. And like I said, you feel satiated and you have that even keel, no ups or downs. You're not flipping out. You're like going with the flow and it's all good. And let me just add another one in here. It's like if you put it on your hair, like if you do like a mask and you rub it into your scalp and your hair and you let it sit for a while, oh my goodness. It is the best hair conditioner out there. Trust me. Try it. Really, try it. So I put the tallow in the pot. I just keep it on a low heat. It's not a high heat. Just let it cook slowly and melt down. And oh, look at that tallow. It's delicious. It's already smelling nice and meaty. Has a great flavor already. I've got another pot of tallow cooking outside. Let's go see what's happening out there. Looking pretty good. It is a gorgeous day, gorgeous day. Hopefully I'll have time to go for another cold water swim. That just depends on the things that need to be taken care of. We'll see. So what I'm going to do is take this and put it in a frying pan. It will just render down the fat even more. More fat will come out, but I want to cook it at a higher temperature to make the cracklins. I love the cracklins. So because this is going to be fried fat, I'm going to take it to the outside little stove, gas stove, to, so I don't stink up the house too much. A lot of people strain their tallow and strain them into jars. Jars never worked for me because tallow becomes very hard when it is room temperature. And how do you get it out of the jar when it's so hard? So this is what I do. I take a pan and I pour it in, and voila. All I need to do then, when it's cold, when it has hardened, I can cut into it and create chunks. Another thing that people do is put it in an ice cube tray. Not hot, obviously, when it's cooled down enough so that you're not going to get any of that plasticky stuff in your tallow. I don't like to do that. That's not my thing. I want chunks. So I'll put it in here and, strain it through and let's see what happens. It's beautiful. So I have a new idea. I'm going to take the pan of the fat bits and I'm going to put it in here and cook it, because we've already got some fat bits in here already and we might as well cook it all up, don't you think? So I'm going to do that. I think there's still plenty of fat in there. So I am going to go out and it'll render more fat, but we'll also make these crunchy and crispy, which is what I'm looking for. As you can see, they are golden brown, but you can completely blush it. They're mushy. They're mushy. They gotta be like crispy and crumbly, and you can sprinkle them on top of your steaks, or you can just keep these little chunks and nibble on them. These are great. I put them in a Ziploc bag and take them with me every time that I leave the island. If I've got these little fat bits, I don't ever need to stop and eat anything, even if I'm gone the entire day. Well, they're great. I add plenty of salt, have my water and my fat. So take a look at this. This looks great. Look at that golden color. When it gets cold, it dries, it will turn creamy white. And the flavor, it smells wonderful. So the flavor is going to be just perfect for cooking your steaks, your chicken, your eggs, whatever you are making. It's absolutely delicious. So I'm going to put this in the fridge. It will help cool it down and bring it to the stage where I can cut it up and store it. I say probably an hour and a half or something has gone by. I don't think it takes that long usually to harden. Depends on the quantity that you have, but look how beautiful this is. I mean, perfect tallow. So I'm going to continue cutting these pieces up and putting them in the bag. Some of these will go in the freezer. Here I'm going to cut up in lengthwise, and yeah, it's just easy to cut through and so beautifully creamy but hard. And it's just such a beautiful thing to do. I hope you all try this, and make your own tallow. It's really not that time consuming, and the benefits are absolutely beautiful. So that's it, you guys. You cut up the pieces, you can put them in Ziploc bags and store them in the freezer for a long time, or in the fridge. And in fact, you can just leave it out on the counter as well. And let's go back to the skincare and the hair as well that I talked about earlier. If you're going to render tallow, the way that I was doing it here in this video, you don't really want to make a skin cream out of that because you're going to smell lardy. But there's a way to fix that. And I'm just going to briefly kind of tell you what that is. You take the pieces of tallow and put them in a pot with water and boil it. You don't have to boil it for a long time, but boil it for a little while, let's say 20 minutes or something, and pour it out into a big stainless steel type bowl. And the water will sit at the bottom and the tallow will come up on top. And do that, and then you'll notice that the tallow really doesn't have any flavor to it anymore. And if you can still kind of sense a little bit of beefiness in there, boil it again. It'll be all gone when you're done. And it's perfect for making skin creams. It just doesn't have any of the smell to it. And who wants to be beefy? Okay, please click the like and subscribe button and that little notification bell so you know when I have a new video up and out. Thanks for being on this channel. I really appreciate it. It'd be great if you guys shared my content with friends of yours that you feel might benefit from these videos. Have a great day. Till next time.